I just missed a wholesome moment between two warriors meeting each other out in the open field. But now we gotta watch him fight as attacks gonna get hit. Attackers gonna get hit with a stormbolt immediately. Warbreaker by Lexi as an arms warrior. Let's send an arms warrior over on the U, but man, wait, what is this arms warrior damage? Big parry for as it takes. Trying to see if he can take over the duel, but he's absolutely gonna blast the spear, missing him narrowly. But I think if Lexi could just walk back into the spear, still gets the crit buff, it takes super low health. Oh my goodness, the arms warrior just came in. Guns blazing, slicing him up off the bat. Lexi, what is the damage? As Sean is going to be up next as a Windwalker monk. He just watched a Fury Warrior just gets absolutely chopped up as Lexi took no damage. Lexi did have to commit some cooldowns into this one though. Banner and parry were used already. Dust of a Spear coming back at about a 48-second cooldowns here, and that's going to be 48 seconds worth of cooldown. And Sean going to be able to... Lexi's kind of all over the place, aren't they? I swear to God, I saw you on the other side of the pillar, and then you just like teleported. But Sean is trying to see if he can chase up after the wheel, as the wheel just keeps on rolling and rolling. Lexi, big damage on a shot, potentially massive output. Does Lexi have a stop? Does have a Stormbolt, big kick, and Lexi just goes flying with that kick. It's going to charge back over to Sean, catching up on a little bit of health. Is going to be fear right afterwards. Sean no longer has a trinket. If Lexi could just avoid Sean for just a little bit, second win would be massive value. He's trying to see if he can avoid him, but Zuen, I think, is going to be able to get some damage on Lexi. Might have gotten one tick of second wind. Banner down, trying to see if they can prevent as much damage as possible. Lexi, do you have any survivability whatsoever? Just trying to see if he'll walk away from Sean. Got himself a rallying cry just to give himself a little bit of health. If they can land aside Sean for long enough, they may be okay. Sean attacking the banner, but Lexi is already recovering health. Look at that recovery little by little, catching up on all that healing bit by bit. Got a percentage healing. Actually, as long as he can avoid the monk, he's able to recover a ton of health. Doesn't repair back up. Stormbolt onto Sean. Big Spirit to follow. Sean can't really go into a Warbreaker. That's going to be a parry, as it is a Blaze Storm out of Lexi with an eye for an eye out of the sword. Trying to see if they can maybe fight them. Sean is going to be quick disarm onto the warrior for just a second. Does get to reflect something onto Sean. Not really sure what. Sean looking to reposition out of there. Lexi staying aggressive with that avatar, charging out, going for a big old cleave onto Sean. Is going to be Ring of Peace, knocking the warrior out of position. Lexi just going to take that knockback, looking for a re-heal, looking for a rejuvenation into this duel, as Sean can just sit behind the pillar and catch up on a heal or two. Lexi, I guess, now can do the same thing, as the Arms Warrior is able to even out these odds. Try to see if they can mount up and maybe catch up to Sean. Are they going to be able to, as the monk try to stay proactive? Definitely will need to sit down and start casting those Vivifies just to catch up. Maybe just waiting for cooldowns. That's more likely what they're doing, because Lexi no longer has a trinket. Could be in a tight spot. Lexi needs to be super aggressive here. Needs to make sure that they get the stun opener first. Lexi does get a Stormbolt. It's going to be big damage. Warbreaker, everything. Sean could be maybe in a bit of trouble. Does go for a disarm, denying the warrior a bit of a go. There's going to be a banner down. Try to see if he can maybe kill the banner. It's going to be Fist of Fury. Does kill the banner. Fury to Sean just leaves. Just leaves. He didn't even trust himself. May have actually used a leg soup at some point. I'm not sure if they did or didn't, but this just leaves. That is super unfortunate. I think that one goes to the warrior. I feel like that kill that should go as a point for the warrior. It wasn't quite a kill, but the competitor does bail out a little bit early. So what could he do with Modfall? Feldman? You're back? Oh my god, Feldman is back. Does go for a bit of a backflip versus Lexi, avoiding the Stormbolt entirely. Parry up by the warrior. Full battle stance. Monfall trying to see if he can potentially break right through it with the I-beam, staring down into the soul of Lexi. Lexi with the parry, not going to be able to do much here. Shadow Meld, as the hunt try to come out, is still going to connect either way. Lexi could be in trouble. Does go for a bit of a disarm versus Monfall. Bleeds from the Demon Hunter are not going to let Lexi catch up any kind of healing. Does go for the big Warbreaker, big execute, but Monfall does turn up the heat as well with a couple of Chaos Strikes cleaving right through the warrior. With Diabolic's going to be up next. Quick Sigil of Fear, trying to get aggressive, but the pet just absolutely just cuts him in half. My goodness. Diabolic's your Felguard, double Felguard, that's what it was. Oh my god, they nerfed the Felguard cleave too, the spinny thing. But then again, Modfall was kind of low on health, so I guess it's not completely unreasonable that he would drop down as quickly as it did. After all, he did blow every defensive against that warrior who is super aggressive, and then just to go into Warlock right after, I mean, it's a tough one out there. Gonna be a big kill shot by DJ Flex. Diabolic trying to see if he can set up some demons. DJ is just trying to stay as aggressive as possible. Big kill shot does not kill the Obelisk. If Diabolic could just live long enough, the Obelisk could get a lot of value. DJ just trying to see if he can avoid it as best as he can. Gonna be more Shadow Bolts out of Diabolic. Does have himself a wall. Dark Pack could potentially be used here. Should definitely go for Dark Pack whenever possible. Does get himself a shield, but he just gets blasted through so quickly. And DJ Flex goes in for a kill shot around the corner. Oh my god, them kill shots by Survival Hunters are absolutely brutal. A Chillpill's donning back the frosty attire, recapturing the power of Frost itself, just so he can fight DJ Flex. Is going to be Charger breaking out of it with a Wraith Walk. Is going to be a big start on DJ. Looking for obliterates. One more blitz, so he needs. Trying to see if he can get a proc. Does get the proc off for the pet. But it's going to be Demonic up next to the Sub Rogue. Trying to see if he can fight through the Frosted Shield that is this Death Knight right here. Is just fighting right through him. It's gonna go for Death Cold Spam, just trying to play very, very defensive here. IBF was used, Lichborn was used, just looking for a heal, but at 28% dampening, he's struggling to catch up. That Death Strike buff cannot come in soon enough, as it's gonna be Demoniac just slicing and dicing past Shield Pills. Not much you can really do. Once a Rogue pierces, your defenses will find weakness. There's only so much you can do at that moment. Does get a blinder to Gaza, as Gaza going super aggressive. That's gonna be tricking out of this Rogue with advantage to follow. Demoniac is a little bit behind, but so is now Gaza. Gaza does have a blind up. So Demonic, if he can get himself a big old go into Gaza Rogue and maybe try to see if he can juke him out, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Gaza does use Cold Blood, so I don't really know what the comp points are like. Definitely needs to find a way to make sure that the next ability to use with that Cold Blood is Secret Technique. Otherwise, they're not really going to have the most amount of damage. He decided to change his strat completely, picking up the eye instead. It's going to be Gaza right next to him with the Shadow Step to follow. He's going to be able to get him combat cheap shot onto Demoniac. Can Gaza make the damage happen? Secret Technique is getting used, but doesn't get the full 100% crit value. Demoniac trying to see if he can get counter aggressive. Does he go for the big Secret Technique with a crit? Potentially Gaza with a Cloak of Shadows may need to go for a blind right now. Cheap dance for Gaza. Now's the time to do it. It's going to go for a cheap shot onto Demonic. We definitely need to use that blind at some point. Super yard stuns on Demonic, but Demonic does survive it. You just see the blind that man right now. Give him blinds, he wins. There goes the blind, but does he make a mistake with it? He's looking for a reset. Better get the sap. Don't mess up. Oh, the sap never went through. And Demonic got some blind back up. Although he did Phantom Knights Gaza out in the open, breaking the blind. Gaza does get a kidney shot, but do they have another dance? Has Shadow Blades vanished by Demonic? Get cooldown reduction. Big kidney shot onto Gaza. Does end up slaying him. Well done, well done. Both rogues are making some mistakes. Nerves, nerves calm. Not everybody has the calmest nerves around compared to nerves calm, you know what I mean? You make those kind of mistakes, you're like, I knew, you know exactly what you did type of situation. You're like, I know what, I knew I did something wrong there. I knew I could have played that a little differently. That's just basically what it was. But played well either way though. Being able to turn around the other guy and Demonic is an aggressive use of vanishes does help him get a lot of cooldown reduction on defenses and offensives. Never come picking up the eye, looking for Demonic. Does he catch him? Sap, but Demonic trying to get aggressive, find himself an angle, quick shot at Sap. Is ready to be able to make sure that he gets an opener onto Never Come. Demonic is walking into this one with no trinkets though, or no defensives. Does have a trinket. We'll definitely need to establish an opener. Trinket out of Never Come immediately. Stun on Demonic. Does have a trinket for it. Definitely needs to play very defensive. Trying to see if he can shut down Never Come as best as possible. Does he have a disarm? No. I feel like that's the only way you can maybe stop him for a moment, is just to shut him down with a quick disarm. But that's about all you can do. Demoniac does bring it back for his team little by little. Although it should be noted that the Warrior, I feel like, should have 2 kills on the board. The Warrior should have 2 kills on the board. I know he never slammed down the Monk, but the Monk did leave. And I feel like it should count.